lovers, we are back. It's Tuesday night.
We are back.
We are back. It's Tuesday night. That's your voice.
Wow,
You're trying to sync with it every time.
Yeah, I've been trying now for a year almost, and
you
it's
never
almost
succeeded.
impossible. I have the perfect. No,
Yeah.
I have such a good vocal time. Timing on my vocals.
Your timing is no. I'm sorry, Per. You're not good enough at that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, hello.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, mice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we have a great show tonight again, and tell us, what have you been up to this week?
Wow, what have I been doing? I've been actually working with Maestro Pettersson's saxophone music, but we're now seeing the end of the tunnel here because we are sending off the last very wave files of the saxophone quartet's recordings that we did. Wow, we've been doing this for 1.5 years now, maybe.
That's right. Right. And we are looking forward to the huge release and the big competition then with the saxophone, the art of the saxophone. That will be fun. I'm ready tomorrow to do my first conducting week in a long time. So, well, actually, I was with the Swedish Chamber Orchestra, but I'm going to Barcelona tomorrow morning, and I'm looking very much forward to it. But it feels strange in these COVID times too. You are not so used to it. And then I saw 2 phenomenal films this week. That's a good thing about COVID. You get time to do those things. I saw The Father, which is a phenomenal film. I can recommend it to everyone. And I saw Lena Nyman, the Swedish Nyfiken Gul. It's not that film, but it's a documentary about her, Swedish actress.
Iconic actress, yes.
Yeah. But that's not what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about the festival. I mean, the saxophone festival that's going on for a long time. And it's streaming very, very, very well. We are
better than we could ever have expected.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. We're bringing on now soon and particularly the competition that comes on after this Nordic Chamber Orchestra, Nordic Wind Ensemble competition. That's gonna be fun to do. But now, yes,
we are releasing a recording tomorrow, aren't we? Maybe tonight.
Yeah. We have Linn Persson with Smooth, Fat, Nasty. Matthew Pettersson, he's quite an amazing guy. He wrote this phenomenal symphony now. I think they're doing it in Canada, in different places, and
North Dakota. No, Minneapolis, I think.
Minneapolis, yeah. So I saw his schedule for the autumn. That's amazing. And I think we even are going to have a big release party of the CD also in December. So it's big time saxophone. Yeah.
Indeed. What do you say? Should we maybe listen to some music, or should we just?
Yeah, why not listen to this? This is basically to acknowledge again that we have over 100,000 streams of Creeping Out of the Muddered, the saxophone concerto that I wrote for a Norwegian guy, but that Jörgen Pettersson is playing here. And this particular track alone has streamed over 20,000 streams. And so let's hear it and bring
Jörgen on. Yes.
Hello, Jörgen.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Again.
we are doing great progress here. Overnight, I think overnight, this was the best streaming track on the recording with over 20,000. But I think this was track number 5. Track number 4 right now, when I left, had reached even 5,000 more. So it's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it's really amazing, and I think totally of this album you have almost 200,000 streams.
Yeah,
Incredible.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah. It's even more than that. It's 300 now.
No, you're kidding.
Yes, 300,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah. On the Nordic, you're talking about the Nordic Wind Ensemble album.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going. I think it's going to reach. We will see because. But this particular one is doing very well, so it's wonderful.
I think Creeping Out. It's almost 200 streams.
200,000 streams.
200,000 streams.
Yeah. Only Creeping, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh,
200 already. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's incredible, huh?
It's insane.
I mean, this show, obviously, and everyone's sort of devotion. There's so many people helping us. Thank you out there for doing
Music lovers.
It's we're so happy. And Jörgen, tell us a little bit about what you're up to at the moment.
We are doing. We are working like maniacs right now. We have so much to do with the saxophone quartet. We will have our first next concert tomorrow. We start already tomorrow morning. We will have a rehearsing with the Canadian saxophone quartet. And in the evening, in the evening we will meet some youngsters in Danderyd. Then we will go to Västerås. We are going to Uppsala, and then we will also have a concert in Stockholm with the Canadian saxophone quartet, the Kassar saxophone quartet.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, and then of course we have our CD. We're working very hard on all the details now before the releases.
You can really see it on both me and Christian. We're like this. But now it's show time, so we're up again. Yeah.
It's so we are particularly what we have tonight, which is very, very exciting. We have an artist in Matthew Pettersson who decided. I gave him sort of the chance to make the cover picture. So you see that in the back there. He's an amazing artist, actually, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful what he done that for the Smooth, Fat, and Nasty?
It's fantastic. It brings such connotations to I don't know what 70s, I don't know, future.
And can you say, this Smooth, Fat, and Nasty? Say a couple of words before we bring her on, Linn. Tell us a little bit about her. I wanted to do that. That's why I wanted to bring you on first, so you say things before she's there, so she doesn't blush. Tell us about Linn. Jörgen.
Okay, Linn, she's a really fantastic saxophone player. It's a joy to listen to her, and when she's performing Matthew's music, you're really, it's such an experience.
How long have you known her?
I think I met Linn when she was maybe 10, 11, 13 years old or something.
Wow, okay.
I also had the possibility, and I was lucky to meet her, and I also had some. Gave some lessons to her.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I learned as much as more than than she learned from me. But
So she studied with what was Christer Jonsson her teacher also? Like
yes,
yeah.
she can tell you more about that later on.
We're gonna try to bring Christer on for the next one.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, we have
to. And she also studied in England.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, it's a magnificent piece that Matthew wrote, superbly played by Linn.
Yeah.
And a fantastic recording by European Gramophone.
Bravo!
Yeah.
And you know that I made a cover with Matthew as a sumo wrestler. You saw that. He didn't like that. That's why he made the cover himself. But one day that's going to be released somehow.
Yeah. We have him as hostage, you know.
Absolutely. So, but let's listen to this wonderful music. It's really phenomenal, and bring Linn on.
This is Smooth Fat Nasty, folks. Wow. Welcome, Linn.
So
bravo.
We're getting more and more specialized here on McLindney Weekly Show. Egland,
yeah, I've been a member of this cause forever now, it feels like.
Well, we're in saxophone land, so we must have you on here, and you've made some fantastic recordings. Now,
Linn, tell us how was it to learn this piece? I mean, to study it and learn it.
Well, it feels like it was a long time ago now, but I think it just never ended. There were so many different parts to learn and so many things to focus on that I could practice hours and hours and hours every day and still not feel like I had it all under control. And you know, because you have so many pages that it's like, oh, this page. Oh, I forgot about that one. But it was a lot of fun, and it's really challenging also, and it contains all the different characteristics of the baritone saxophones. So all the things that are difficult, all the things that are easy, everything is there.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of when I was studying the Berio Sequenza. It's like the same kind of things, all new things. And I know, of course, all those multiphonics, how extremely vulnerable they are. You have to sort of really have total control, otherwise they go wrong. It's beautiful what you do there, and all the slap tongues and everything.
but as I recall, when we recorded it, I mean, me and Matthew were sitting like, wow, and you were like struggling as hell, and how that is. We said it's great, Linn. You don't have to do another take. It's fine. It was a very smooth recording.
I think it went very well, and it's also good when you're doing a recording. Of course, you can pick out one part at each time, and you can really perfect it and focus on that one, and then move on to the next one and really get into the atmosphere of that next one. So it's a bit like cheating when you do a recording like that. It's even more difficult in a concert to do it live and to just play the baritone sax, which is very strenuous for that long time and without a break. But it's one of the most exciting pieces to play.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure I disagree a little bit with what you say about recordings, because recording that you in a concert, it's all over. So the listener hear it only once, and they can enjoy that take. While when you make a recording, they will listen to it 100 times. So you got to get it right.
Exactly, and I will listen to it 100 times. So I need to get it right for myself, or I will just never get over it. So, but I'm also very thankful to have the three of you there to listening and to just make notes of everything, because it's difficult to play and also remember what mistakes you made or what you can do even better. So it was really, really good to have those extra 3 pair of ears with me that day. So I'm very thankful for that.
And then, of course, the editing part of it is also like your ears gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you see you want to make the ultimate.
Yeah, you can see my ears; they are grown.
Because the notes I made you, Pat, so you had to listen and then again.
And everyone also has different
references.
Sort of, references and different different thoughts about things, and also are more irritated by some. They will never be perfect, but they will like everyone has their own things that I can't live with that. I can't live with that. I can't live with that. And then you could actually, I think, for recording, if I had the time, I could. And I unlimited time, I could work with one piece for 5 years.
We have a composer knocking on our door, Maestro.
Ah, we have that.
Yeah, let's bring him on while we play his piece Lament. Maestro Pettersson, hi person. Welcome, Matthew.
Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
Up in Dalarna.
How is it? How is everything?
It's great. It's great. I'm actually working on the cover and the packaging for our upcoming saxophone album. With,
wonderful.
Saxophone Quartet and Linn Persson. It's going to be great.
And we almost, when you work on these things that we're releasing now, we almost forget the wonderful release of the Lament that we have got so much credit for. And I mean, this track alone has streamed 50,000. Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible. Just to think of all the different people who have listened to this piece. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. And even more will be when it comes on the final sort of collecting album, The Art of the Saxophone, that we're releasing in about 2 weeks now, once we've done these mega releases. So what about this Smooth, Fat and Nasty?
Smooth, Fat, Nasty.
Smooth, Fat, Nasty. Yeah.
One of my favorite pieces I've ever written, for definitely one of my favorite musicians, and I suppose the person who's collaborated with me most often, Linn Persson. So I'm so excited about this. I'm excited about every release, but especially this one. It was a special piece, and everything just came together.
I just came to think of something. You two met up in my apartment once, and Linn stood with her saxophone, and you showed her a new piece. This was maybe 4 years ago. Maybe that was Baddest Girl on the Mountain, right? Because I think you had your alto.
That would have been Baddest when we were working on Voir Dire, the opera Voir Dire. But we did have a little impromptu rehearsal session in Per's apartment on like a Saturday morning.
Having to listen to that, and
did I get paid for the space?
Yes, a great deal of money.
But tell me a little bit about the composition process and the name. Give us insight, because when people listen now, I want them to get a little bit more behind everything. Smooth, What's a smooth stand for?
Well, I mean, the process of composing this piece was a blast. I recorded a lot of video of Linn playing, and she sort of did everything she could do with the instrument. And I noticed that there were these parts that of the instrument. It's the baritone saxophone.
It's a really nice show. I'm sorry for interrupting, but
No,
I
you're
have a
not.
new suggestion for your album cover that you sort of refused yourself. So I have to be very quick, and I did this. Because Christian mentioned this sumo wrestler thing that you refused, and maybe that's not a bad idea. So I
That
give
one's
this
a little
one
bit better.
for free. You get this one for free if you like.
Thank you.
I really like that one.
I do
Frederick.
like it. Yeah.
No, because we should tell them. We should.
Copyrights because the guy is a very famous wrestler, but with the same agency as Christian is in Japan. So maybe they can work this out.
Yeah.
But I think this story
Need a lot of
is
sushi.
going to go to the history, because it was 5 o'clock in the morning when I usually have my most sort of creative time, and I was playing around with this cover, and I was in real Zappa mood, and I thought fat, nasty, smooth, that was Linn, and then it was fat, nasty was easy, but fat, how do I describe fat? And then I came up with this sumo wrestler, and I still think it's quite amazing.
It was a
One day
very
you put
literal,
And it was-
literal
by
Yeah,
interpretation.
and
of
I
the
said,
title.
yeah, and I sent it to Matthew at 5:30, and it took once, and I said, "Don't you think this is a great idea?" And it took 1 second, and he said, "Nope."
But Christian, you also said that the Stockholm Saxophone Quartet is the greatest in the country, but I know for a fact that they're not. I found another ensemble that I sort of want you to write music for instead of the Stockholm. I found their third album. They're really great.
Ah, yeah.
These ones, they sell albums as hell. So maybe you should consider changing the saxophone ensemble.
We tried, but they're so, we spoke to their management, but
Please have them call my agent.
These guys are selling albums. Matthew,
You know, it's much cheaper working with the Stockholm Saxophone Quartet.
That's right. You know.
of course it is.
Call me, Frederick.
I really have to say I'm a great fan to Ingmar Nordström. I think he's
Me
a
too.
fantastic player and a fantastic musician. But if we're speaking about Linn, I have an unforgettable memory of Linn's fantastic saxophone playing. And, she's also a very brave woman who dares to challenge. And we were invited to Iran with the Stockholm Saxophone Quartet. It also means, not least for female musicians, that one must adapt to the culture that prevails in the country. Linn agreed to play, and as she played, incredible, the audience screamed with happiness after her performance.
In Iran.
She received huge applause, and for the audience, not least for the female part of the audience, she became a role model for the future, I think, and the change that will make women's voices heard to a greater extent in the future. You're doing such a great work, Linn. We are so impressed.
Thank you.
pretty cool.
Bravo, bravo,
Mm.
bravo. Bravo.
But you went to Iran a couple of times, or was it only once?
We've been there once in 2016, and then we were supposed to go back a couple of times, but now with COVID and so on, it's been a bit challenging for us. But we also had Iranian composers visiting us, and
Yeah, that's right.
did a live stream concert to the Tehran International Contemporary Music Festival.
Fantastic, fantastic. So can we listen a little bit more to the Smooth Fat Nasty piece, and also maybe you can describe what's going on afterwards.
Do we have to listen to it?
I was just going to say Ingmar, that wow, you're still here. You're actually behaving.
Why am I not thrown out? I'm usually thrown out at this point of the show.
You're getting old. That's why.
No. You can still stay if you just shut your mouth now while we listen.
I'll try.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Linn, tell us now. What are the difficulties? I know already what's difficult, but explain it.
I guess there's so many aspects of it. Matthew did a really good job by finding the character of the instrument, and I think that was his first intention to write a piece that was really the baritone saxophone. And it had this smooth part that we just listened to. It has two different smooth parts, but the challenge in the smooth parts is to get all that the attacks to work but still be smooth, to have the legato working fine, to the very big intervals. That is an easy thing to do on the baritone saxophone, but it's still a difficult thing to do in general.
Well, is it really so easy? I mean, the jumps must be sometimes very difficult.
It's easier to do that on the baritone sax than on the other saxes. It's still a challenge to do it with the legato. So to get that really smooth character and feeling from something that is, it just needs to be perfect, really. And then the nasty parts is supposed to be a lot of power, and that's just fun to do. But it's also it's a challenge to have all this power and energy and still do it in a way with finesse and that. So and then we have the fast part. Those are just fun to do.
Of course.
You just practice and then you play it, and that's fun. And it's great. It's great to have a piece like this that can really represent the instrument's soul, really. So I think after this release, everyone will play it. All baritone play.
Yeah. And Jack, stop that blinking. That's terrible what you do. Anyway, can we hear track 3? I really want to hear that, because I think that's great. Play a little bit of that for Per.
And then we have to go to a commercial break.
No, come on.
Fantastic.
Okay, Matthew, I agree that the cover there works a little bit better.
Thank you.
than the other one. I
Thank
can agree. But I'm still gonna make sure I keep it for a later day.
Maybe we can keep it for the release party.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely,
Oh,
we
no.
will. That will be great.
Mm.
So we're running out of
Difference.
time, but it's now the usual question: is it out or is it not out? Is it out on there?
Because the album drops on Wednesdays, right? So
but
unfortunately,
it's
it's not
always-
out.
It's not out.
Ah.
You're joking. It's always out for us.
Yeah.
Yay!
So I posted the link.
And everyone should listen. And by the way, Ingmar, it's fine to do this. It's okay.
Can I say that the show actually improved tonight because Matthew is not the prettiest face anymore.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
It's
Ingmar.
Linn, of course. So
Look
that
at
would
the-
be like another 100,000 viewers just to upgrade the nicest face.
Now he's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay,
wonderful.
thank you
Linn.
so much.
Congratulations for a fantastic
Yeah.
release, and everyone go out and listen and come back because we're gonna expand more and more. Next week we have the big dance party.
Oh man,
Yes, so that's gonna be
I
exciting.
can't wait.
Let us end with a favorite from Vingar Virvlar. And take care, everybody, music lovers. Stream along and like our Facebook page, etc. Good night. How long should we continue this, Maestro?